Okay, guys, so we're back at it at example 6. Now, example 6 is pretty much the same thing as example 5, so if you thought you understood example 5, you can pause the video, try it on your own, fast forward to the end, and see if you get it right. Now, the tricky thing is the square root of 8, but it's really not too bad, so like if you get it, you can probably get it with the square root of 8. I'm highly confident in your math skills. Since you're pretty much a mathematician at this point, I would try it on your own if you think you got it. But anyways, if you're following along, let's get started. So what values do we need to fill into our equation to build our equation in standard form? We do need the h, k, and r values. Remember, we leave the x and the y alone. We don't fill in anything for x and y. Those just stay as x and y. Okay, so I'm going to set this up, again, leaving my x and y alone. Alright, so don't forget, you guys, the center represents the h and the k values in my equation. Okay, and then this is my radius, or my r. Okay, let's get started. Guys, so where do I fill in my h value? It is the one that's added or subtracted to the x, but don't forget, we're going to change the signs when we go from the point into our equation. So what is the opposite of negative 3? It is positive 3. Oh man, I'm already excited. Alright, and then the k value is whatever's added or subtracted to the y, but remember we do the opposite of our center point in our equation. So the k value is a positive 5 in my center point, so what will it be in here? It will be a negative 5. We flip the signs. So remember, guys, these are the opposites. Opposite. Opposite. Don't forget that. Okay. And then we're going to be squaring our radius. So our radius is root 8, and it equals the radius squared, radius squared, radius squared. Okay, so my radius is the square root of 8, and we're going to be squaring that bad boy. Alright, as the last thing is just to fill in our values. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. Bam. Bam. Alright, so I can't combine x to 3, and I can't combine y to 5. So I'm just going to bring them down. And it's irking me that last second I decided to change x and y to blue when they were orange. What's going on, Miss Long? So I'm going to change them back to orange because I like things to be color-coded, and I totally ignored my color coding. Okay, so my x and my y I'm going to do in orange. I can't combine the 3 and the negative 5, so I'm just going to bring it on down. Bring it on down. Okay, and then lastly, I need to square the radius. Now, you're probably like, Miss Long, this is kind of weird. What do I do with this cheeky square root of 8? How do I square a square root? Okay, well, square roots and squares are actually inverses of each other, which when you put inverses side by side, you guys, guess what? They cancel each other out. So the square will cancel out the square root. Oh man. So these two will cancel each other out. So what is left over now? What will my equation equal? My equation will, in fact, just equal an 8. And guess what, you guys? Since I have values for my h filled in, my k filled in, and my radius squared, I have built my circle equation in standard form, which means we are donezo with this problem. Oh man, I'm so sad though, because I wanted to keep going. I hate when problems come to the end. It's just depressing. But don't you worry, you guys. We still have more examples ahead, so I'm trying not to get too depressed right now. All right, let's go on to example 7 and 8 now.